Hi everyone.
Hi everyone, it's
It,
us again.
yes, you know who us is.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony and Sharon. It's interesting that you said us because
Mm-hmm.
we've got a thing that when you become married, the two become one, and the one really means us.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to work that out. So we've been kind of working this out for quite a long while. I won't say how long,
Mm-hmm.
but over 30 years, and we're giving God thanks that we're back with you today. Faith Bite.
Mm-hmm.
And we're from Faith Five Fellowship of Ministries.
Mm-hmm. Anthony and Cheryl, and we just want to share a few moments with you concerning just a bite of faith. We all know that without faith is impossible. The problem is that we got faith in everything else, but have we got faith in God's word, faith in God Himself to help us through
That's
the
right.
challenges that we face.
Yes.
So we're going through the tests of Abraham. And Abraham is the father of the faithful. We know what he says in the scriptures.
Yes.
And so we'll be looking at his life and the areas in which he had to experience just walking by faith in the midst of a foreign country as a foreigner and dealing with so many different people and situations in his life.
That's
And
interesting.
so here we are.
I guess
Test
so.
of the heart.
The test of the heart. And there's something about this test is that the last time, the one we did was a test of honor.
Mm-hmm.
And we did allude a bit to this, but the test of his heart really speaks to when the Lord tells him what he's going to do with Sodom and Gomorrah, how he responds. You
Now,
want to take it from
it's
here?
interesting because Sodom and Gomorrah was two cities, and their lifestyle, their behavior was so contrary to God's will that God was about to judge them. And when He told now what His plans was to Abraham or to Abraham,
Yes.
Abraham's response determines his heart.
Mm.
It's like you and I, when we know that God is going to deal with some people because of their behavior, their actions, how we respond to it determines the state of our hearts towards the Lord. And so for many people, we might hear things, but it doesn't move our hearts. It moves our head to help physically, but our hearts towards people need to respond as God reveals to us the condition.
Wow.
So Abraham heard about Sodom and Gomorrah. He didn't say, yes, Lord, deal with them. They're wicked, they're violent, deal with them.
That's right.
He didn't say that. And yes, some people say that, well, he had his nephew and his family there in Sodom and Gomorrah, so he was interceding. That could be true. But he has to start with a heart that is responding to others' needs around you. People who can't help themselves but need you, not just to physically help them, but to intercede for their personal salvation.
It's interesting
Yeah.
that you said that
Salvation.
because you said salvation, but the thing about it is that he knew what transpired between him and Lot. And sometimes because we have had a bad experience with someone or a situation, it somehow tints. Although we forgive them and we move on, it tints how we will relate with them from there on. But somehow with Abraham's heart and God exposing to him that I'm going to judge this place.
Yes.
And we read what God said, will I do something and not let my friend know? So here, Abraham didn't know that was what God was thinking, but we read it in the Bible. And then God approaches him, has a conversation with him, and he begins, because of his relationship with God, he begins to say, well, Lord, what happens if there's about 100 righteous people? Will you still destroy it? He starts a conversation.
Now, it's interesting, and this is what I want to encourage you today. We need to depend upon God's character to help us through the challenges that we face.
Yes.
The Bible says Abraham knew that God was a righteous God. He also knew God was merciful.
Yes.
God is kind. God is long-suffering. So let's clear the desk. None of the problems that we face in this world is God's fault. It's always dependent upon the behavior of man. And so he's going to intercede based upon the character of God, and his heart to see the salvation of those who are not walking right. So our motive must always be one from the heart.
Yes.
Not our head, but from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Because all men really have sinned. And only those who receive the mercy of God can truly be saved. I know it's a foreign concept today because we don't mention the word sin, but all of us need somebody whose heart is moved towards you.
So,
today,
test of the heart.
Test of the heart.
Where is your heart right now on any situation that you're facing? Remember, what we're experiencing is not God's fault. We need to check our hearts. And so, it's Anthony and Cheryl from Faith 5. Remember to like, subscribe, share. And just one more thing, November 19th, if you are in the Durham region, Ajax, Whitby, that area, on November 19th, we're having our Joyful, and we'd like to invite you to come and join us.
Joyful.
186 Roslyn Road East, in person, 6:30 to 8:30. See you there. Bye.